And welcome back to San Diego. A look at the halftime statistics. Cordell Stewart doing a little bit of everything for the Steelers today. Gus Johnson, Brent Jones with you, and welcome back to San Diego. And Cordell Stewart, I tell you what, he took this game over in that second quarter.
Been very efficient passing the ball, but I think the thing that has been the key is him out of the pocket, running the ball 63 yards on 5 attempts. And you know the San Diego Chargers defense doesn't give up yards running the ball. You see right there, nice fade pass by Cordell Stewart. But watch him right here, break the pocket, sees that running lane outside, great speed, and that broke the Chargers back here in the first half.
Stewart with a season-high 63 yards rushing in that first half of play. And we start the second half, and this is Jenkins down the sideline, and Jenkins goes out of bounds. Ronnie Jenkins, a 27-yard return. And a look at today's leaders. Stewart, 9 of 19, 88 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Leaf off to a good start. The big touchdown pass to Jeff Graham, but he stalled after that play. And there is the rushing Stewart, leading the Steelers in rushing, 63 yards.
First play of the game was 71 yards for the Chargers. They've only had Gus 46 yards since then with 25 plays.
And Fletcher is met and taken down. Aaron Smith coming through and making the tackle. And Terrell Fletcher, who's been a trooper this season, limps off the field. Jermaine Pazan will replace him, and that's what the Chargers talked about yesterday. Mike Riley not only wanting to upgrade the quarterback position, but also get another running back in here that can just give it to, get out of the way of.
And of all years to have the #1 draft choice, there's no clear-cut #1 draft choice coming out of college. And so the Chargers might want to try and trade down. They've got to convince somebody that there is a guy worthy of being the #1 draft pick.
2nd and 12 from the 35. Underneath, Freddie Jones drops the football. Look at some of the names mentioned as potential first-rounders. Leonard Davis, an offensive tackle from Texas. Deuce McAllister, the best running back out of the bunch, out of Mississippi.
Deuce could go one. Andre Carter, defensive end out of Cal. I've seen him play a couple times this year. It can be a force.
Those receivers down there, Reggie Wayne and Santana Moss out of Miami, very good football players.
But it really goes back to no clear-cut choice. And you didn't see any quarterbacks on there. You'd only see one. It'd be Michael Vick. But right now he's saying he's staying in school.
To the sideline, incomplete. Jeff Graham, the intended receiver, overthrown. And the Chargers 3 and out on their first possession of the second half of play. Other sideline, though, Bill Cowher's team in good shape as they head towards the offseason.
And they really are. And you can't worry if you're a Pittsburgh Steeler. You can't worry about what happens in Minnesota. You'd love to get into the playoffs. But this team battled back after an 0-3 start. Really probably one of the better years I think that Bill Cowher has coached. Brought this team together. And they've got some core players in place to really make a serious run next year.
This one out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So with 13:53 to go here in the third, Steelers with the football. Our cameraman Terry Clark giving you an inside look at Cordell Stewart. Nice picture up close and personal. Happy holidays to our technicians. 24-14, Pittsburgh beats San Diego. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. For the Steelers, Stewart in the shotgun. All kinds of time to throw the football, and he gets rid of it. And that's another thing Bill Cowher talked to us about yesterday, how he really feels that the offensive line is gelled, and he has some people in places that probably will be there for a long time to come.
And that #1 pick, Marvell Smith, was really a great choice, and he hit the rookie wall here a few weeks back, but the last couple games played as well as he has all year. And Gus, I think they're going to end up calling intentional grounding. And I didn't see a flag right away, but what happened is Cordell Stewart went back in the pocket. He didn't get out of the pocket. There was no receiver over there. And
intentional grounding, number 12. Loss of down. 2nd down.
You got to break outside the pocket, Gus, if you're going to throw the ball away. That goes from tight end to tight end, or where a tight end would be on each side. And watch Cordell Stewart. Now the lines are drawn, but you can see it's still right about there. and he doesn't get out of there, and he throws the ball away. No receiver, intentional grounding. Now, if he was out of that tight end box, out of the pocket, that wouldn't be grounding. But when you back up,
Bill Cowher.
and if I'm an official, I don't want to get over by the side.
No, you don't.
I pretend like I can't hear him.
Cowher on the field right now.
And that's not a surprise. And players just love Bill Cowher's intensity.
And ran back into the pocket.
And others saying he was actually outside the pocket but ran back into the pocket. I don't even know if he ever actually got outside the pocket. It didn't look like it to me. Maybe a little bit to the right. It was pretty close. Okay, the ball's on the hash, okay? So you got to be out past this hash or way out here. And you know what? He never went outside the pocket. The officials are saying that, but tight end to tight end, Gus, he never went outside that. So now they're saying that it's not an intentional grounding because once he leaves the pocket, Gus, the pocket disintegrates. The question, though, I have for the officials is I don't think he ever got outside that pocket. Sure didn't look like it in that replay. We saw him take the snap on the hash, but the pocket dissolves if they say he went outside of it.
So it's just an incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 18. Bettis. And Jerome Bettis, a nice piece of running. Gets to the 25-yard line, a gain of 7 yards. And that's the longest run of the day for the bus. As we take a look at some scores, Indianapolis on top 21-10 now. In the 3rd quarter of play, Oakland beating Carolina, and the Raiders on their way to clinching the West. Need to win to stay ahead of Denver. Miami gets in today by coming back and beating New England on the road. 3rd down and 3 from the 25. Here comes a blitz. Stewart throws it up top. It is incomplete. Deron Jenkins breaking up the play. Hawkins, the intended receiver.
A lot of blitz. You got to throw the ball right up right now. You see Courtney Hawkins trying to come back over the top of Deron Jenkins, who had good inside position. See him getting that arm up there, trying to turn back, and Hawkins just doing his best to try to get his hands on the ball.
So Josh Miller, 5th punt of the game. He has 20 punts of 50 or more yards this season. Gets it away. Wobbly kick. Fielded at the 20-yard line by Reggie Jones. Reverses. Keeps his balance and is tackled at the 25. Mike Vrabel. Beautiful shot of Mission Bay here in San Diego, where the Steelers lead at 24-14. Gus Johnson, Brent Jones with you. Chargers have it 1st down and 10 from the 25. This one is incomplete, intended for Freddie Jones. Cordell Stewart on the sideline, on the phone. What do they talk about on the phone when you call them?
You talk about the coverages, the things that are going on in the secondary, and what to look for in plays that you can go ahead and take advantage of, or run a guy underneath. And there he's talking to, you can see he's talking to Kevin Gilbride, and he's probably talking about certain coverage, or Cordell, I want you to look to the second read if we get this coverage, or run this crossing route, or things like that, just relative to their game plan.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Fletcher over the left side, stumbles, and is downed at the 29. Aaron Smith with the tackle. Want to watch the playoffs in person? Just log on and buy tickets online at NFL.com. Great veteran is playing possibly his last game for the Chargers today. Kevin Gogan, number 66, who missed the last 2 games after having his knee scoped. There's Big Kevin, your former teammate, probably 49er.
Probably the funniest guy in the league. And he said he wasn't going to be his last game. He wants to keep playing.
Underneath, Jeff Graham, nice catch hauls it in at the 46. Dwayne Washington with the tackle. Ryan Leaf putting it on the money. A gain of 18.
And there's big Kevin Gogan giving Ryan Leaf some time to play. Some time to step up and throw the ball. And Ryan Leaf looking to the right side, coming back, looking at his second route, the deep over route. Jeff Graham coming across precisely at about 16 yards. Puts the ball right on his chest.
Play action again. Leaf in trouble, and Leaf dragged down at the 38. Brent Alexander with the sack. It's the 4th of the day for the Steelers.
And Brent Alexander coming up late right here up to the line of scrimmage. Blitz has got that cast on his wrist, broken hand coming right off the edge. He's working, staying low. Nice sack. You see he's got that one arm around him. And Bill Cow told Gus that he had that same broken hand when he played with a cast. Told Brent Alexander, hey, I never missed a practice. I never missed a game.
He's just missing a knuckle.
That's right.
2nd and 17 from the 39. Now Leaf to the sideline. It is caught. Caught at the 44. Close to a first down, a 17-yard pickup.
Jeff Graham running a pretty comeback route, coming right back down the sideline and dragging that foot, staying in bounds. Nice job. Let's watch the big man. 6'8", 330 pounds of mean. Once he gets those hands on you, you're not going anywhere. And sometimes, a couple years ago, they voted the dirtiest guy in the NFL. That's not right.
What'd you say about that?
He loved it. He was psyched. He thought guys were more afraid of him. He's the greatest locker room guy there's ever been. I've played with some great locker room guys. Jim Burt came over for the Giants to the 49ers for a couple years. It was unbelievable.
And this play may be reviewed.
And they're probably talking about maybe it's the spot, because he got his foot in. You could see him drag that back foot.
And I thought it was interesting when you told me the story about playing against Bill Romanowski and what you said to him when he was giving you a hard time holding you at the line of
likes to hold every once in a while. A couple years ago, Denver, San Francisco. And so I threw down the gauntlet. I said, if you hold me one more time, I'm sending Gogan after you. He did. I told Gogan in the huddle. He said, next play, he was 25 yards downfield taking a shot at Romo, and Romo let me go the rest of the game. Didn't say a word.
3rd down and inches from the 45. Out of the eye. Leaf slips, gets the handoff away. Fletcher with a big opening. And he gets inside the 35, a gain of 11. And did big number 66 spring him? Let's take a look.
I'm sure he was involved over there somewhere. Let's watch. He's covering out the backside, front side, comes back. Terrell Fletcher cutting back, getting a big hole. And it's the Kevin Gogan show. Versus Levon Kirkland, outstanding linebacker for the Steelers. Look at, he's got those hands. I told you, once he locks those hands on you, he doesn't let go.
Mike Riley said he'd love to have Gogan back.
Great locker room guy. Everybody loves the Gogs.
1st and 10 from the 34. Leaf steps up and is sacked for the 5th time. This time, Joey Porter. And it's against the Chargers.
Well, and how about the speed of Joey Porter? He stays low. He's got that great first step. Has great leverage, stays low, and just keeps going.
Illegal hands to the face, number 70, offense. The penalty is declined, 2nd down.
Vaughn Parker, the right tackle. Right now, the protection really a problem for Mike Riley's squad.
And let's watch Porter coming on the outside, number 55, right out here. Watch him use his leverage on Ben Coleman. Watch him get underneath his shoulder pads and stay low right there. Just keeps fighting through.
Really a 2nd-year man out of Colorado State. Handoff, Fletcher trying to make something happen, and Earl Holmes with the tackle. And all these linebackers for the Steelers have different personalities. Jason Gilden, quiet, kind of a shy player, but Earl Holmes, the antithesis of a quiet guy.
That's right. Jason told him he's the nonstop talker. He said, well, what's he saying? He said, all kinds of stuff. They said, well, who's he talking to? Whoever makes eye contact with him.
Earl Holmes played in the MEAC conference in college, Florida A&M, with schools like Howard and North Carolina A&T. 3rd down and 13 from the 39. And a whistle.
Number 70, offense. offense. 5 yards, third down.
Vaughn Parker once again.
I think a little problem with the cadence. Mike Riley says, hey, we got to be together on the same page. Ryan Leaf actually even pulled out a little bit. And that means he thought the count was on 1-2. He's actually on 2. And lost the right side of his line as well.
And the penalties. Chargers very sloppy today. 7 penalties for 77 yards. 3rd and 18 from the 44. They need to go to the 24 for a first down. Here's Leaf. Pittsburgh. Leaf just throws it up for grabs, and it's picked off. Nakia Cody with the interception. And the Steelers have it inside the 20. San Diego has now turned it over, a league leading 49 times this year. The Steelers with the lead over the Chargers in the 3rd quarter. Nakia Cody, the first-year player out of Baylor, with an interception. First down and 10 from the 21 for the Pittsburgh offense. Jerome Bettis over the right side, and Bettis stood up and taken down. Nice looking play.
Now, guys, let's go back to the interception. These are the throws that Ryan Leaf just can't make. Watch Nakia Cody right here. He's playing a center field. Safety's getting back. There's going to be 4 defensive backs for Pittsburgh with 2 wide receivers for the Chargers downfield. There's no way you can make that throw. What do you think's going to happen? Just throw it up like a fair catch. And those are the things that we talked about at the beginning of the show. If you hit Ryan Leaf and get pressure on him, he'll just start throwing the ball up. That's what the Pittsburgh Steelers told us. That's what the Ravens told us a couple weeks ago.
2nd and 12 from the 19. Shannon Taylor with the play. A defensive play on the last play for the Chargers. And what does that say about Ryan Leaf's future? Does he have a future here, Brent, in San Diego?
Well, you got to say that he has adjusted his attitude a little bit this year. And he does show signs of some physical capabilities of being able to throw the ball. He's got a strong arm. I think it's probably best for Ryan to go someplace else. And I think it's probably best for the Chargers to move on. Right now, what are their options, though? There's nobody in the draft. They might have to trade for somebody. But I think Ryan's halfway there. But he's got to get to the point where he's got that work ethic, where he's got that desire to come in a week after the season's over and start lifting weights and getting in shape and saying, hey, I want to be the best quarterback in the league, not a guy that just collects his check.
Cordell Stewart back to pass. It is picked off by Harrison again. Rodney Harrison picks it off. Look at that play. He fakes the pitch and gets even more yards. He's down inside the 15.
Then he gave the ball to a guy with a Harrison jersey on in the stand. Choreographed.
2nd interception of the day for Cordell Stewart. The first one run back by Harrison, 63 yards for a touchdown.
And if you're looking on the same side of the field for 2 seconds, Rodney Harrison knows what you're doing. You can't fake him out. He's going to step right in front of that pass to Shaw. And watch this, the old fake lateral and go. Faked out about 4 Steelers. Got an extra 5 yards downfield.
Chargers with the football at the 13-yard line of Pittsburgh. Golden opportunity here to get right back in this game. Fletcher reverses. He needs 1 block. And he will not get it. Taken out of bounds by Chad Scott. Ryan Leaf had given up on the play.
And let's go one more look at that interception. Cordell Stewart hadn't been forcing the ball last couple weeks. This time he does. You see him looking this way. Rodney Harrison, that's 1, 2, 3 seconds. Rodney Harrison's breaking on the ball. We're fortunate that Bobby Shaw came back and tackled him. Now watch this fake lateral. There it is. I'm going.
6 interceptions on the season for Rodney Harrison. 2nd and 9 from the 12. Flags again.
Number 64, offense. 5 yards, 2nd down.
It's Kendall Jaycox. Pittsburgh this season, folks. The Steelers have been excellent inside the red zone. The defense has, trying to set an NFL record.
The Chargers have had some trouble in the red zone. Last week versus Carolina, inside the 24 times, only came away with 7 points. You got to convert red zone opportunities into points. You like touchdowns, but you at least have to come away with field goals.
So now it's second down and long. Chargers killing themselves today with penalties. 82 yards worth of penalties. I think they want to spot the ball at about the 17-yard line. And they move it up a little bit.
That's precision.
A few inches.
Got the great crew today. Very precise.
Our statistician, Russ DeLing, was all over that. Second and 14 from the 17. Quick strike, Curtis Conway on the hitch, and he is gobbled up in a hurry. Gets close to the original line of scrimmage to bring up third down and long. Take a look around the NFL. Indianapolis holding on in the third quarter. Pittsburgh will need a miracle now. Dante Culpepper on the bench.
A little bit of an irony. Bubby Brister,
the former Steeler.
Everybody in Pittsburgh trying to root for Bubby. It's been a while since they've done that.
When you were with the Steelers, Bubby was there, wasn't he?
I was with the Steelers for about 3 months. But yes, I was drafted alongside of Bubby.
Third and 10 from the 13. They need to get to the 3. Leaf fires. It is caught at the 1-yard line. And a first down. Nice catch by Curtis Conway. And an even better throw for Ryan Leaf. He really put that one on the spot.
And you've got to have a strong arm to throw that out route, especially after this much time going back across the field. Look at the zip on that ball. Watch Curtis Conway stretching out, coming back and hanging onto it, doing a nice job of cradling the ball.
Conway 4 catches, 28 yards. First down and goal for the Chargers from the Pittsburgh 1. Fletcher, touchdown. Third rushing touchdown of the season for Fletcher. And with 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play, the Chargers refusing to go away. They can make it a 3-point game right here. Extra point is up and good. Rodney Harrison with the interception. Great field position for the Chargers. And Terrell Fletcher punches it in from 1 yard out. Welcome back to San Diego. 24-21. Steelers on top of the Chargers. Now Hank Poteet back deep, starts from his own 10-yard line. Poteet breaking it outside. And still running. And Hank Poteet down at the 22. So Rodney Harrison, the hero so far, 2 interceptions. 1 for a touchdown, and he set up another. Indianapolis pulling ahead. Peyton Manning hits Marvin Harrison on an 18-yard score. Harrison now with 3 touchdowns, and the Steelers are scoreboard watching. Here's the handoff, and Jerome Bettis gets to the 30.
Okay, that's it. And the bus is psyched. He said, hey, Rodney, you want some of me? I'll give you some. Take me high next time. That's what he's saying. Rodney went right for his knees. The smart move. That's a Jerome. Hey, take me high next time. Let's go shoulder to shoulder, helmet to helmet. Careful what you ask for, Bus, because Rodney Harrison,
he'll hit you.
He'll come back at you. They're still jawing at each other.
Second and 3 from the 20. And this is caught at the 35-yard line. Hines Ward with the reception. Ward gets up to the 40, a 9-yard gain. A lot of shoving, pushing, talking going on right now. Two interceptions on the day for Rodney Harrison. The first, a biggie, and he returned it 63 yards for a score.
Just a matter of Cordell looking down his receiver, and he spent too much time looking at that main receiver, Mark Bruner, coming across the middle.
Now Jerome Bettis gets up to the 45. Orlando Ruff with the tackle. Here's the second interception. Harrison, and then watch the little ball fake here. And running it down the sideline, set up the touchdown for the Chargers. A 1-yard run by Terrell Fletcher.
And Rodney told me before the game he's going to make something happen. And all over the field thus far.
Jerome Bettis spinning. And Bettis over the 45 up to the 47. Orlando Ruff in on the play, and the numbers today on Jerome. The bus. Another 1,000-yard season. So far, he's rushed 16 times for 34 yards, making 15 carries for 34 yards.
Just so instrumental to their offense, Gus. And Pittsburgh playing a new stadium next year, luxury box money. They have got to step up and sign him. This will be the first time in several years the Steelers aren't losing crucial free agents if they sign Jerome Bettis. Keep this team intact because they're going to use this as a springboard, the way they finish this season into the offseason and into the next season.
3rd down and 2 from the 47, and Stewart calls a timeout. Pittsburgh timeout.
It's time for the Chargers Lucky Seat, presented by Pacific Monarch Resorts.
So Friday, CBS Sports jumps into the postseason excitement with the Wells Fargo Sun Bowl. It'll be a showdown of two heavyweights when game-breaker Freddie Mitchell leads the UCLA Bruins against speedster Michael Bennett and the Badgers of Wisconsin. UCLA, Wisconsin, the Sun Bowl. 3rd down and 2 from the 47, and let's take a look around the NFL. The final week of the regular season, Indianapolis comfortably ahead of the Minnesota Vikings, and they win it, and they're on their way to the playoffs. Oakland trying to seal up the AFC West. Miami clinches the AFC East. Green Bay beats Tampa Bay, but they've been eliminated because St. Louis wins today. Chicago ends the season for the Lions. They needed to win and get into the playoffs. Instead, they allow the Rams to get in with a win. 3rd and 2 from the 47. Draw play. Stewart again, and Cordell Stewart gets to the 47-yard line, a 6-yard pickup. John Perella with the tackle and a 1st down for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And we've seen Cordell Stewart frustrate this defense for the San Diego Chargers. Probably one of the best rushing defenses in the league, ranked number 3 coming into the game. But Cordell Stewart has gashed them every opportunity, not only with some scrambles, but with a couple of planned runs, just like that last quarterback draw.
So a 1st down for the Steelers at the San Diego 47. Here's Stewart, rolling, sets up, looks backside, caught by Bettis, nice catch. And he gets to the 40, a 7-yard gain. Dangerous pass, but he really thread the needle on that play.
Yeah, anytime you throw back across the field, it's dangerous because that ball has to hang up in the air for so long. Cordell Stewart rolling to his offside, then stopping, pivoting, and throwing the ball back.
Wow.
Once he sets his feet, he can put some muster on that ball, but unless he does set his feet, boy, that is a dangerous throw all the way back across the field.
2nd and 3. Bettis, 1st down, and a little more. Inside the 35, 6-yard pickup, and now Bettis. And this is when a big power back really starts to affect an opponent in the closing moments of the 3rd and 4th quarter. He starts to lean on you a bit, Brent.
Yeah, and this time you're following your fullback, Dan Kreider. Watch right here on Junior Seau. If you're Jerome Bettis, you say, hey, Dan, I'm following you. Bang, that's a big collision. You see Kreider, what we call a swap out on the play. Linebacker hits you, you go down, except a swap out if your back gets yards outside. That's a good one. You'll take it.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score of the Steelers 24 and the Chargers 21. We'll return to San Diego after this word from your local station. Back at Qualcomm Stadium, start of the fourth quarter, Steelers leading at 24-21. Big first quarter for the Chargers. Steelers come back and put up 17 in the second. They have it first and 10 at the San Diego 34. Cordell Stewart to the sideline. Dan Kreider picks it up off the ground, incomplete. And you know there's only one way to see all the action on the field, Brent. You need to be inside the Monster.com blimp. The Monster.com blimp is providing us with these live shots of the game today. This is one of Monster.com's two blimps. The blimp is named Skeeter and is based on the West Coast.
Be a good nickname for you.
Skeeter.
Skeeter Johnson.
Skeeter Johnson.
Hey, let's go open the blimp next year.
No, get out of here.
Come on.
Be quiet. We have games to do. Second and 10 from the 34. There's a draw play. Bettis. And Jerome spinning.
Okay.
Down at the 30 and gain 4. John Perella with the tackle. Brings up 3rd and 6 from the 30. The executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus and Terry Ewert. Today's game directed by Bob Monsbach and actually produced by Bob Monsbach and directed by Steve Milton.
Although sometimes he does try to
he does everything.
produce and direct.
Unfortunately.
Luckily he's not appearing to be trying to announce.
3rd down and 6. On the 31. Here's Cordell Stewart going up top. Caught. Hawkins at the 1. A 30-yard reception. Courtney Hawkins. Beautiful throw and a beautiful catch.
And that was a great catch. And a great throw by Cordell Stewart over the outside shoulder. Let's see if he gets in. There it is. There's the ball. You see him kick. He kicks the pylon. You can't tell from that angle if the ball crossed that plane. Nice job using your body going away. Looks like the ball was outside the pylon. Referee's right on top of it.
So 1st and goal from the 1. And right now, Deron Jenkins is on the sideline. And I believe he's telling them to replay it.
They'll love it.
Did he get both feet in?
You know what? He might not have.
Deron Jenkins was yelling to his coaches to replay it. Number 23, the defensive back on this play. 1.
Nope.
Didn't get it in. Only got one in.
We're trying to see if he had a touchdown. Usually the officials don't miss that call. They're right on top of that one. Second foot did not come down.
Mike Riley says he was out of bounds.
San Diego is challenging the ruling on the field that it was a completed catch inbound.
And that's a good challenge. And you've got to get 2 feet in, Gus. You see, once you catch the ball, there it is, 1. And that's Courtney Hawkins knows better than that. He's kind of a lazy, long stride. You got to make an effort to drag that back foot. We saw Jeff Graham do it earlier in this game. When you get one down, you got to make sure that second one comes down. You take that big, long stride, and half your foot's on the white.
78 calls overturned this year.
And it's got to be, Gus, indisputable evidence to overturn the call on the field, which was a catch. And see, he kind of hung with that right foot, but it never came down. It was kind of strange, and he kind of took an extra stride. That right foot hung back, and it never really came down. Got to drag that. Right there, that's out. So they will overturn this call because it's indisputable. And I think the replay system's been great, and I think you think the same thing, partner, but I'll ask you.
Oh, no, it has been excellent. Very efficient. Quick as well.
There's the foot. Half in, half out. That's out. And it's not that long to do it. Look at that replay. You see he's down. Now watch his right foot hang. Focus on his right foot. It starts to come down, but it never comes down when he catches it. He's going up. There, he gets hit. And see, it starts to come down right there, but he kicks the heel back up. And that foot doesn't step down till right there again. And that's clearly out of bounds. And it looked like that right foot was going to come down right away, but it never did. It got kicked by the defender.
So if it is overturned, it'll be 4th down and 6 at the 31. And it would be about a 49-yard field goal for Chris Brown.
It's coming back by now. The referee, in all of our games this year, these guys haven't missed one yet.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It is a catch.
Except for right now.
Wow. Is charged with a timeout.
That foot never came down.
That's unbelievable.
I don't know what they're called, how they called that. Here it is. Possession and 2 feet. Here it comes. There's possession. That foot didn't hit right there. That never hit. It faked out the official. That's the second step. It's an incomplete pass. See, the officials didn't have the benefit of our commentary during the whole process.
So the Steelers have it. 1st down and goal at the San Diego 1.
I jinxed the officials. I said they hadn't missed one all year.
Wow.
They've been on top of every one of our replays. 17 weeks in a row.
11th play of the drive that started at the 23. Jerome Bettis trying to get in, leans forward. And he's tackled by Jamal Williams. Bettis denied at the goal line.
Well, that's a dangerous move, leaning that ball out and over, because if you get stacked on the pile and the whistle doesn't blow, you can smack that ball right out of your hands or grab it right out.
Steelers with 2 touchdowns inside the red zone on 3 possessions. The other a field goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. The pitch. Bettis trying to get to the corner. And he throws it incomplete. Jeremy Tooman, the intended receiver, and we saw him do the same thing this season against Cleveland. It was picked off.
The bus pass is invalid. He couldn't make it. Wide open. Come on, Jerome. Get your arm. Don't short arm it. He's trying to guide it. Tooman was wide open. All he had to do is just put a little air on that thing.
So it brings up 3rd down and goal from the 1. This time it's Stewart. Touchdown. Cordell Stewart gets in. And Junior Seau is talking to the official.
And I think you're going to see that Cordell Stewart did break the plane. The official at the bottom on the goal line called it a touchdown. And you're going to see, and Cordell Stewart's been the thorn in the Chargers' side. See if he breaks the plane with the ball. There it is. It sure did. It only has to touch that goal line stripe. And there it is, up and over. And he's clearly in. Only has to break the plane, partners, as we know.
Stewart today, 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 passing. He's carried the ball 7 times for 70 yards. And now San Diego will challenge the play.
And I think that's what you call frustration challenge, Gus, because it actually has to be indisputable evidence to overturn the call on the field, which was a touchdown. And that darn line always moves every time I draw it. There it is. You see the line. All I have to do is break that plane. And so we have to be absolutely indisputable to overturn the call on the field. So the Chargers are going to lose another timeout. There's the ball. It's way over. There's the line. You can tell he's over just by this angle. And now you're starting to get the pushback from Ruff, Junior, Rodney, the whole gang. But it's too late. And Cordell Stewart again.
What a game he's having.
Now, I'm wondering if that was a planned. It looked like they missed the handoff, and there's no way that you drop a play that looks like that because that's just too ugly of a exchange. But it looked like he was going to miss that handoff, and he just stopped, pivoted, and came back and dove. Let's go back and check out that ball handling. Cordell Stewart turns this way. Nobody's there. And you see Jerome Bettis look back. Look back like, hey, what's going on? And that was all Cordell Stewart. And you see the ball come out there, but once he breaks the plane, play's over.
Looks like a design play, Brent.
Okay, you're questioning me, huh?
No, I'm just saying it does look like it was designed.
Maybe so. Didn't look too pretty.
Coach Cowher thinks it's a touchdown.
He's smiling.
So does Cordell. Joe Bugle, the offensive line coach, former head coach in Oakland and in Arizona. And the touchdown stands. And now Bill Cowher with the big smile on his face. Mike Riley can't catch a break today.
Well, the play that got him down there, Mike Riley was right to challenge that one.
And what a day for Cordell Stewart. 133 yards passing, 70 yards rushing, 203 total. Here comes the extra point. Chris Brown in. Kent Graham, the backup quarterback, is the holder. Mike Schneck snapping. It's up and good. So 12:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Steelers take a 10-point lead. Bill Cowher couldn't be happier on the Steelers sideline. 31-21, Pittsburgh leads San Diego. 12:51 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Ronnie Jenkins ready to field it at the 15. And Jenkins with the seam, spins. Jenkins still running. Nice effort. Jenkins all the way up to the 44. A 29-yard return. But it's been a big day for the guy they used to call Slash. He's just the quarterback now. Sun setting here in San Diego, and it may be setting on the season for the Steelers. Indianapolis pulling away 28-10 in the fourth quarter. Here's Leaf on the play fake. Steps up, and it's incomplete. Graham, the intended receiver. Leaf under all kinds of pressure. Earl Holmes knocking him to the ground.
Wow. Big shot by Earl Holmes. And Gus, you talked about the Vikings score, and this will be the Vikings' third loss in a row if Indy hangs on and beats them. And that's not how you want to go in the playoffs. And so people are saying it's a meaningless game for Minnesota. It's not really meaningless, because when you go into the playoffs with the mindset that you've lost 3 in a row, you don't have any springboard. You don't have any confidence. And yeah, maybe you get a week off. Teams don't usually rebound after that.
They've given up a lot of points the last 3 weeks to Green Bay, St. Louis, and now Indianapolis. Underneath, it's incomplete, intended for Curtis Conway. Would have had to make a tough catch. Ball thrown a little high. So here's the NFC playoff picture. Giants clinch home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Minnesota, and down at the bottom,
there you guys right
Detroit
there.
And Green Bay.
Big chokers
are out of it
at home against the second worst team in the NFL. Golly sakes. I'm just pounding you with that one.
You are pounding
I can't believe that they did that. Jeez.
49ers played well yesterday too, right?
Yeah.
Third down and 10 from the 44.
But we knew we were going to stink this year.
Over the middle, caught by Freddie Jones. Flag on the play. And Jones gets up to the 46. And here's a guy that you really like, Freddie Jones.
Oh, man. Freddie Jones should have been going to the Pro Bowl. 68 catches.
Number 67, offense. Penalty is declined. Fourth down.
Now, speaking of choking, San Francisco at 6-10. Very competitive yesterday.
That's right.
I don't hear you saying a lot now,
like I
partner.
said, we knew we were going to stink. Actually, I thought 4-12, 6-10. They've been most exciting 6-10 team you've ever seen.
Yeah, right.
There they are.
Now Darren Bennett stands at the 31. Wobbly kick, Hank Poteet to the sideline, and he lets it take a bounce and go out of bounds. Rather go into the end zone for a touchback. 54-yard punt. 11:54 to go, fourth quarter. 31-21 Steelers. Well, Santa's getting ready to go to work after watching the football game today. Gus Johnson along with Brent Jones, and I really like what I'm seeing with the Steelers squad. I think they have a very promising future.
I think they do, and they're going to have the new stadium. A lot of excitement next year in Pittsburgh. Please sign Jerome Bettis. Don't even think about letting him go. Sign him now.
1st and 10 for the Steelers at the 20. To the sideline, incomplete, intended for Hawkins. Now Friday on CBS, if you haven't seen television's highest rated new drama, this is your chance to see how it all began. Don't miss CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. Friday on CBS. 11:48 to go, fourth quarter. Final regular season game of the year in the National Football League. 31-21. The Steelers lead the Chargers. They needed Minnesota to defeat Indianapolis today on the road, and the Ravens to defeat the Jets. They got their first win as the Ravens defeated the Jets, but I don't think it's going to happen with the Colts. Meanwhile, Junior Seau, guy plays as if this is his first year and his contract is on the line. Always a gutty and tough player.
And we talk about him knifing through, being able to find those gaps. Watch him knife through right here in the A gap, getting in pressure. Jerome Bettis getting the handoff and meeting Junior Seau right when he gets it.
Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is 2 Charger wins.
Santa will bring that. It just might not be till next year.
San Diego still in this game, only down by 10. A lot of time to go. Stewart. Oh, nice throw and a nice catch. It's Hawkins, and Hawkins goes out of bounds, close to the 35.
Courtney Hawkins had the first down twice and went back behind it, changing direction a few times. Luckily, he wasn't tackled behind that first down marker. Let's watch him go ahead and catch the ball. Comeback route, deep in. We call it dig route. Comes back, get back behind that first down. Stop, get the first down again, go backwards. Ends up on top of it.
Nice game for Courtney. 5 catches, 71 yards, including a touchdown for the 9th-year man out of Michigan State.
And Cordell talked about his precise routes. Really has a lot of comfort. You can see Cordell developing that chemistry with Courtney Hawkins.
1st and 10 from the 33. Jerome Bettis. Bettis gets up to the 35. Steve Tovar in on the play.
Those guys rooting for the Vikings, but does not look like it's going to be, Gus.
Steve Tovar with the tackle.
So Bettis 21 carries, 44 yards, 2nd and 8 from the 35. Stewart lines up in the shotgun. Here's the handoff. It's Bettis on the draw play, and Bettis gets to the 37. And when you look at the Steelers, Brent, what do they need to acquire? What kind of players to get even better?
Well, they've had an outstanding play from the corners this year, and of course their linebackers are second to none. Their interior line has been solid, and Kimo Van Olhoffen has done a great job inside. The ends have been solid, but they might want some more pass rushing, maybe a little bit more pressure from a defensive end. Maybe that's one area where they could take another player, maybe another offensive lineman, and maybe another wide receiver. They've got Plexico Burris, who's hurt on injury reserve for the rest of the year, the first rounder from last year. Troy Edwards, 61 passes a year ago at that X position, moved over to flanker this year, had trouble adjusting, got to spend the offseason with him. And
And this guy here, Hines Ward, speaking of a receiver, this young man out of Georgia who played all kinds of different positions while at Georgia, just an outstanding player. And I believe that's Ken Griffey Jr. on the sideline for the Chargers. There he is.
It's a heck of a sighting by you. Get your eyes off the sideline. Focus on the game.
Boy, you have been a wise guy today. Thank God this is the last game. Here's Cordell Stewart, gets to midfield, bobbled the snap. And today, the final game of the season. So here's the projected draft order. San Diego will have the #1 overall pick. As you mentioned, Brent, unfortunately, you don't have a clear-cut player to take with that #1 pick. Michael Vick decided to remain in college at Virginia Tech.
You know, if Michael Vick's watching, there's a lot of nice weather here in San Diego. Beach, good defense, up-and-coming receivers.
2nd and 9, play action. Stewart to the sideline, and Kreider with the over-the-shoulder catch out of bounds at the 40. Dan Kreider, the rookie out of New Hampshire, was discovered by Dan Rooney Jr. And they really found themselves a player in this young man.
And that's a heck of a find. Rookie of the Year voted by his Pittsburgh teammates, and just done a great job being the lead blocker for Jerome Bettis, been able to catch the ball coming out of the backfield. Just hit you like a ton of bricks, if I can use a cliche. He's got that low center of gravity, great leverage, and not afraid to stick his head right in the middle of that pile.
1st and 10 from the 40. Stewart rolls and tucks it. Cordell Stewart is dropped at the 35 by Rodney Harrison. Harrison helps him up quickly. Now Monday on CBS, gather the whole family and join Charlie Brown and the Peanuts gang for the holiday classic you love. What a way to kick off the night. A Charlie Brown Christmas Monday on CBS. 2nd down and 5 from the 35 for the Steelers here at Qualcomm Stadium. A lot of Steelers fans in attendance today, folks. As a matter of fact, you see terrible towels all over the field. 2nd and 5 from the 35. Misdirection. They go straight ahead with Jerome Bettis.
And the Steeler offense just wearing down the San Diego Charger defense, and did it, Gus, with a lot of play action on 1st and 2nd down today, and then you're just pounding it inside with the bus here in the middle of the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Unfortunately, this young man has heard the Indianapolis score.
Few tears for that Steeler fan.
Yeah, that Steeler fan wanted his team into the playoffs.
He was hoping that Minnesota would try.
Jerome, who's an excellent bowler, Notre Dame grad, prospect out of Detroit's Mackenzie High School. 1st down for the Steelers.
You see an excellent bowler?
Yeah, he has a terrific bowling game. So Pittsburgh with the ball at the 30. Bill Cowher headsets off. He's smiling. What a job he's done this season.
Well, he's been fantastic. And you don't usually see him like that during the course of a game, relaxing and smiling and enjoying things. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen him like that on the field.
Stewart underneath, and Bruner with the catch at the 10 and out of bounds. Gain of 20. And Cordell Stewart had nothing but good things to say about Mark Bruner when we met with him yesterday.
When Bruner came out of the University of Washington, they thought he was all receiver. Watch him run on this corner route. Nice job. Get your shoulders around, catch the ball, get upfield. And he's really turned himself into a great blocker. He was supposed to be just a receiver, and they were questioning his blocking skills. And he's one of the best, if not the best. And I've seen him manhandle defensive ends one-on-one and just use that pure strength and a leg drive. And boy, you know, you wish one of these years they'd take a blocking tight end to the Pro Bowl.
2 catches, 33 yards. 1st and 10 from the 11th. Bettis wrestled down at the 15. For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the National Football League on CBS in the game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Diego Chargers. I'm Gus Johnson along with Brent Jones. Our score, the Steelers lead it 31-21. 60 minutes will be seen next in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast and in the Mountain Time Zone. Second down, 13 from the San Diego 14 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 5:11 to go in the fourth quarter, maybe their season. Cordell Stewart flushed out of the pocket, turns it up, look at the wheels, and Stewart out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Well, that was a little respect and a little friendship from Rodney Harrison, because I guarantee you, if this was still a meaningful game and it wasn't week 17 and everybody was going home, Rodney Harrison would have blasted Cordell Stewart, the quarterback, running right along the sideline. Watch at the end of this play. Cordell breaks out of the pocket. Once again, gashing San Diego with the scramble. Now watch Rodney Harrison pull up right at the very end, right here, put his hands up. A friendship right there, running right by.
Rodney Harrison has been fined a number of times during his career in the NFL for late hits or illegal hits. Very familiar with Gene Washington in the NFL office. Steelers stay on the ground. Richard Huntley running the football. So let's quickly take a look at what's happened around the NFL today. Baltimore sets an all-time NFL record for fewest points allowed with 165. And Vinny Testaverde, 69 pass attempts. And Paul Ettinger knocks out the Detroit Lions with a 54-yard field goal as time expires. He is the most popular man in the city of St. Louis today. With that win by the Bears, the Rams get into the playoffs. They'll have a chance to defend their title. And the field goal, a 28-yarder, up and good for Chris Brown. 4:07 to play, and the Steelers up big. Welcome back. 34-21. The Steelers lead the Chargers. Steelers wishing Merry Christmas to the people back home. This kick, a line drive, and it's loose. It touched the Charger. Let's see who has it. The Steelers say they have it. And they do.
And that was not planned or intentional. Just squibbing the kick. And it hit one of the San Diego Chargers. We don't see him getting hit. I think it was actually Orlando Ruff. And there's the ball. Everybody's scrambling for the ball. Steelers come up with it. When it rains, it pours here in San Diego.
Certainly does. Thompson with the recovery. He's got that ball right under his, right in his arm, rather. He'll take that one home.
Rookie out of Wisconsin, darn right. You recover a fumble in the game, keep it.
First down and 10 for Stewart. And the Steelers at the San Diego 39. Here's Jerome Bettis running the football, trying to find a hole. So don't forget, next Sunday, CBS Sports kicks off its coverage of the 2000 playoffs with the AFC wildcard. It all starts with Jim Nantz and company on a special playoff edition of the NFL Today. The AFC playoffs on CBS. Show me something. And it starts at a special time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time.
I want you to show me something. I want to know who you think, and I know that you know this league as well as anybody out there. Who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
Who do I think is going to be in the Super Bowl? I think the St. Louis Rams are going to the Super Bowl as Bettis runs the football over the left side. I like the Rams, and I like the Denver Broncos. And the AFC playoff picture, Tennessee needs a win to clinch home field throughout the playoffs. They will take on the Cowboys tomorrow night at home. So the Jets eliminated Pittsburgh. If Indianapolis holds on, eliminated. So the Colts sneak in Broncos, Ravens, Dolphins, Raiders, and Titans. 3rd down and 8 from the 37. Here's Cordell Stewart, and he's dropped. Ball comes loose, picked up by a Steeler, and Stewart hit hard. Cordell Stewart really smashed on that play.
Al Fontenot and John Perella arriving at the same time with Cordell Stewart sandwiched in between. Watch this. Just a brutal shot.
Wow. Meanwhile, San Diego calls timeout with 2:11 to go. And Stewart has to be helped off field.
That was brutal. Perella getting him in the back, Fontenot in the front.
Fontenot hitting Stewart with the crown of his helmet right in the chest. Cordell Stewart now. Looks like they're looking at his knee, and they are. Josh Miller, the former Canadian Football League standout, is standing at the 44. Cordell Stewart on the bench. Kent Graham, who started the year as the #1 quarterback, replaced permanently in the 7th game of the season by Cordell. Miller punting, pops it in the air, and it takes a bounce and dies at the 2-yard line. John Fiala recovers it. Nice job by Josh Miller. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning with the score 34-21 Pittsburgh. Regularly scheduled time. Bill Cowher talking to his quarterback. Cordell took a blow to the head. He will not return. Ryan Leaf throwing the ball down the field, incomplete, nobody even close. So the playoffs begin next week, and in the NFC, the Giants have a first-round bye. Minnesota, a first-round bye. St. Louis will play New Orleans again. They played them today. They'll play them next week at New Orleans, and Tampa Bay heads to Philly, where it plans to be
chilly.
That's right.
And they still haven't proven that they can win in cold weather.
Lost at Green Bay today in overtime.
It's going to be part of the psych. They're going to have to answer questions all week. Can they win a cold weather game? And I can almost guarantee it'll be below 40 degrees in Philly next week.
2nd and 10 for the Chargers. Leaf loses the ball at the goal line, recovered by the Steelers. It's been that kind of day, and it's been that kind of career for Ryan Leaf. And he's hurt his arm. Leaf is grabbing his right shoulder.
Jason Gilden, I believe, coming in outside, continuing to not give up, going back. We've seen that twice today by Gilden, and getting his hands right on the ball. Nice job stripping the ball, coming from the back.
First and goal for the Steelers.
So Leif has hurt his wrist. So the Steelers, a minute and 47 away. Kent Graham comes in to take a knee. Don't forget, show me something. The playoffs begin next Sunday. The NFL on CBS. It starts the NFL today at a special time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. And the Pittsburgh Steelers will not be heading to the postseason, but they do a good job rallying in the second half of the year. Bill Cowher got his troops together after an 0-3 start, some controversial losses. And the game on CBS next week will be Denver at either Baltimore or Tennessee, if Tennessee loses to Dallas tomorrow night. Indianapolis will play Miami in the other game. That is early Saturday. So St. Louis, New Orleans will play each other late Saturday. And the late Sunday game is Tampa Bay at Philadelphia. Last snap of the season for the Chargers and the Steelers. There you have it. So Bill Cowher trots across the field. Indianapolis is in the playoffs. They have defeated the Minnesota Vikings, knocking out the Steelers. But a good way to end the season for Pittsburgh. Partner, it's been another great season. Our second year on the air together.
Enjoyed it, buddy. It was great.
You got it. So for Brent Jones, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from San Diego, where the final, Steelers 34, Chargers 21. Coming up next, except for those in the West Coast and Mountain Time zones, stay tuned for 60 Minutes, followed by Touched by an Angel in the CBS Sunday movie, Mrs. Santa Claus. Cordell Stewart and Jerome Bettis. The keys are in place for the Steelers. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 35.